I'm going to stand strong for certain principles, one of which is to make sure our troops get funded. We've got men and women in combat. We've got people risking their lives for the United States of America. And this Congress has yet to fund them. And it needs to. And it needs to fund them without telling our military how to conduct this war. You know, arbitrary dates for withdrawal are unacceptable, particularly given the fact that the strategy is working. It's working. And it seems like to me that that this Congress ought to be congratulating our military commanders and our troops. And one way to send a congratulatory message is to give them the funds they need. And now's the time to do it. Let's see here. Mark Silva.
Thank you, Mr. President.
That would be you back there.
I may want to apologize in advance because I can't help but read your body language this morning, Mr. President. You seem somehow dispirited. Somewhat dispirited.
I think you need to apologize for advance effort. This is like all of a sudden it's like psychology 101, you know?
The question related to that, sir, is twice now on Iran and Iraq. The facts have failed you on things that you've been out front telling the American people. Senator Harry Reid is saying on the war spending issue that, quote, the president is not leveling with the American people.
On the war spending issue?
Are you, in fact, troubled by...
Why don't you clarify that for me? What aspect of it that I don't think we ought to fund the troops?
No, sir.
I think we need to fund the troops. I submitted a supplemental last February. Anyway.
My question, sir, is are you feeling troubled about your standing here today about perhaps facing a credibility gap with the American people?
No. I'm not feeling pretty spirited. Pretty good about life. And have made the decision to come before you so I can explain the NIE. And I have said Iran is dangerous. And the NIE doesn't do anything to change my opinion about the danger Iran poses to the world. Quite the contrary. I'm using this NIE as an opportunity to continue to rally our colleagues and allies. The NIE makes it clear that the strategy we have used in the past is effective. And the reason why we need to make sure that strategy goes forward for the future is because if Iran shows up with a nuclear weapon, at some point in time the world's going to say, what happened to them in 2007? How come they couldn't see the impending danger? What caused them not to understand that a country that once had a weapons program could reconstitute the weapons program? How come they couldn't see that the important first step in developing a weapon is the capacity to be able to enrich uranium? How come they didn't know that with that capacity, that knowledge could be passed on to a covert program? What blinded them to the realities of the world? And it's not going to happen on my watch, Mark. And so, you know, kind of psychology 101 ain't working. It's just not working. You know, I understand the issues. I clearly see the problems. And I'm going to use the NIE to continue to rally the international community for the sake of peace. Thank you very much.
President Bush, speaking on a range of issues, including a new intelligence report on Iran's nuclear program. At capitalnews.org, our question is, do you think Iran has a nuclear weapons program? Log on to cast your vote and get the latest news. Now the Democratic response from Illinois Congressman